Extraction stations.
So, here we go. Now, having been bludgeoned several times during my evening's World of Warships sessions, getting sunk quite early in each battle, this was probably due to my being too bold, so I decided to be cautious this time. As things turned out, it didn't really matter too much about being cautious because circumstances proved very auspicious to my survival with maximum damage dealt out.
Enemy force detected.
Oh ho! A Yamato has appeared. This could be darn dangerous, since the IJN Yamato was one of the most powerful major combat ships in World War II. But the danger can be relative, depending upon the other ships supporting the Yamato. Like a tank in ground combat can be very vulnerable to opposing infantry if it doesn't have its own supporting infantry. Even a powerful battleship could be in serious trouble without support in the face of a determined submarine, like me. As you can see, there is a supporting destroyer, but though I was tempted to take this destroyer under attack, I decided that I would not engage it unless forced to do so. So I stayed underwater and pressed on towards the Yamato.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Whoa! There's that destroyer sailing right above me.
Torpedoes to port.
He doesn't detect me, and it was that salvo of torpedoes that probably revealed his presence. So he sails blithely on, not realizing that a deadly submarine is passing under him, without a care in the world. The sounds of battle rage above me as I sail on, and then the destroyer is sent to the bottom by one of our Tier 10 battleships, a USS Louisiana. And now the Yamato is all alone up there, and as a result, he's all mine. The Yamato wasn't moving much, and it quickly became apparent that he was standing pretty much in place while steaming in reverse. This is a standard tactic of larger warships to avoid standing still while keeping enemy ships in sight while attacking them. But it's not a good idea when an enemy ship is in close proximity like I am. But he doesn't yet know I'm on my way. I've loaded my torpedo tubes with non-acoustic torpedoes for this first attack, in order to maximize damage. I also won't be warning him of my initial engagement by the use of acoustic tagging. This means that I have to approach quite closely at periscope depth before firing. Now, I'm not taking proper advantage of my stealth approach by coming up on his broadside. Instead, I'm approaching him nearly bow to bow, which is not optimal. But I confess I was so excited to have a Yamato at my sole beck and call that it just didn't occur to me to do it any other way.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. I owe you one. Low battery.
As you can see, the Yamato has sent attack aircraft back along my torpedo's line of attack, which is exactly why it's always a bad idea to continue sailing along that line after firing torps or issuing an echolocation ping. At this point, I'll be moving back towards the Yamato while charging batteries and preparing for my next attack. The next one should probably have been with acoustic homing torpedoes, but for maximum damage, I decided to try again with non-acoustic. Well, just to avoid boredom as the ship prepares to attack again, I'm going to go ahead and commentary a little bit about this particular submarine that I'm flying with here. It's a USS Balao. The Balao class actually carried only 24 torpedoes at maximum load. And at the end of this particular engagement, I will have expended 25, so one more than I actually carried. But as you know, these ships carry an unlimited supply of ammunition. So there we are with that. Other differences between the historical Balao is that conning tower for a start isn't what the Balao had at the beginning, or even at the end. It had the conning tower on the original Balao was in fact more like the conning tower on the Salmon. And there is no deck gun on this version, but the Balao in reality had one at least, and in some cases, some Balao class submarines had 2 deck guns, 5-inchers. And there were also anti-aircraft guns, Ehrlichons, or another sort that I don't remember off the top of my head, and could smoke for avoiding enemy sight. Also had 2 radars, a surface search and an air search radar. But the Balao here only gets torpedoes, and that's it. And the original Balao also had a test depth of 400 feet, 120 meters. So it's only limited in the game to 60 meters. Not that it matters. I mean, you know, 400 feet avoids depth charges, theoretically, because the destroyers attacking the submarines think probably that it can't get any deeper than 60 meters. Anyway, so I'm continuing the attack on the Yamato, and I'm switching back to homing torpedoes for the rest of this attack. And here we go with set right now. And actually should have pinged him already, because the torps don't have enough time to maneuver when I finally do ping. And so as a result, only 3 are going to impact. But still, that's not bad. Oh, and earlier when I said 25 torpedoes, actually I fired quite a bit more than that, so I really overran my magazine capacity. I feel a little bad beating the Yamato up like this. I mean, you know, here I am just standing out of his detection range, just pummeling him with torpedoes one after the other, and he can't seem to touch me with anything he's got. It must be frustrating. In fact, I'm pretty sure he complained about it in the comments, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know. Anyway, my job is to attack ships, so that's what I'm doing. And it's really a bad idea for a heavy battleship like this with low maneuverability compared to other ships to be sitting out against a submarine without any escorts. A cruiser would be nice. In fact, a destroyer would be even nicer. But the game doesn't really lend itself to cooperation that easily. So that Yamato is sitting off in the middle of nowhere, far, far away from any of his teammates. And you know, he doesn't seem to be getting much in the way of my own team shooting at him, which kind of surprised me. I would have expected him to have been sunk by now with all the observation I am giving him. But it's mostly me. Here we go again. Bang, bang. Ah, well. Now, the thing about this is that the real Yamato was sunk with a tremendous amount of attack from air. I can't remember if the battle involved submarines as well. But one Yamato class hull, which was actually on the IJN Shinano, which was a converted aircraft carrier, but it started out as a Yamato class battleship. Only 4 torpedoes sunk it. It took a few hours for the sinking to actually occur after the 4 torpedoes hit. But that was because, and it was a USS Balao class submarine, the Archerfish, that did it. Only 4 torpedo hits, and a very incomplete hull, actually. A lot of watertight doors were not even installed yet. A lot of watertight doors were even left open because they were still busy trying to finish the internals of the ship while it was sailing from one port to another. And but it still took, you know, a good time for that ship to sink. And anyway, but I put 25 torps into this one, and before he finally sinks. I think that's kind of out of reality. Thing is, it would have been stopped by now. But I'm mostly shooting at him, you know, in a direction that doesn't allow hits towards the middle. Okay, there he's gone. Done now. Nice battle.
Sunk.
Now this battle is just about won. The next sinking from my side will end the game, end the battle with us winning. I get a fair amount of high hit points off of this. I was really happy about that.